Alright, welcome back. This is going to be a video on wiring up an Escape32 ESC. This one specifically is the Big Kid Tiny Truck Cupcake 25 amp ESC. It's going to be going into this truck, which has an Icing V2 motor, and then a little MIAS 4-channel, receiver for the ME10B controller. So I did start this video already, realized I didn't hit record, so some of this stuff's, not that it's a lot, but some of it's going to be a little bit pre-done, but not much. So I started out by swapping this. He only had a PH 2.0 in stock at the time, so I ended up putting a JST on. So depending on what you end up get for a kit, I mean, these also do come pre-made, so you don't have to do what I'm doing. I just bought this to save time, save some money, but also so I can shorten up the leads and whatnot, instead of having to unsolder. So I put this on. I already trimmed the lead to where I want, just because it's going to be a close quarters here. I put a little bit of hello, there we go. I put a little bit of flux on there, and then I was going to tin these up. Usually I have some helping hands for these, but I don't know where I put it, and it kind of sucks to do it under the camera anyways with helping hands, so we'll see. I'll get this going up. Go to pine sol up to like 450 when it gets up there all the way. Then I'm going to tin these up a little. The positives on, the positives on this side. So I get to do this without the helping hands. I'm just going to try to pressure it down there like that. A little bit off camera because it's just hard to do trying to hold this down without the helping hands. I'm not saying I'm the best soldering person, but it gets the job done, and I haven't had any fall apart and no fires, so that's a plus. Usually I would do that, and then I would go and do this side, but he already had these last couple that I've had soldered on. The ones that I think I got one or two before that weren't soldered on myself, but you just solder on, no problem, not an issue. So flip it over. Now we're going to be soldering onto this pad up here, which is the BEC power. Ground and signal. Nope, okay, ground, signal, BEC. The center one here was if you didn't have a BEC, which we don't want. We want that BEC power right there. Usually what I do too is, again, figure out what length you want it coming out, because it's going to have to just go into the receiver. I'm going to have the receiver like right, it's probably going to be in here in the truck like this or so, but we don't want that much wire. So this would be fine. And then I can plug into the receiver, but I'll show you after the three that we solder to. Okay, I had a hell of a time soldering those. As you can see, it's kind of a big bubble instead of being a nice solder joint on those three. I think that it was something to do with my flux. I think there's some stuff on it. First of all, I didn't notice this looked all gross on the tip. Also, I didn't know flux expired. It's been May, June, July, August, 15 months expired. So I have no idea how long I've had this, and I'm only half empty. But maybe it's time to finally replace it, because that was a pain. It just kept, well, it was like oil and water wouldn't connect for whatever reason. And this side was a little weird too when I did these, but I just thought it was me fumbling. But I don't know. I'm gonna plug a battery into it, do a smoke test thing. I'll do it on camera just in case there's an issue for you to see. Got my meter here. Really just want to make sure it doesn't smoke up. Oh, yeah, I guess I could back out a little here. There you go, now you can see voltage. Oh yeah, anyways, smoke test. Make sure this is giving the right voltage. Well, giving a voltage. I think stock it's like 5.5 or 5 volts, but make sure it's doing it right at least. Let's put in a iffy battery. Well, not an iffy, but nothing good. Okay, we're not gonna. Well, I guess I could plug in the motor. Now we'll actually hear noise if it starts up. Yep, we heard noise. So it started up. Not seeing any flames, so that's good. And I will check voltage for the BEC. Oh, it's on hold. That would help. 5.5. Okay, just like we want. And I just checked the ground to the BEC power there. I guess I should probably check it on the actual cable ground for the DuPont. 5.5. Good to go. Some smaller leads would have been nice, but I don't have them in here. So the next thing, we know this works. Well, we know we didn't have any smoke. We don't let the magic pixies out or anything. Get the heat gun out. Let's see here. I like to cover up half of this or so, and then down here. I think that should be good. I think when it shrinks up, it should cover it pretty well. He sends it with some black heat shrink, which is totally fine. I just like the clear, just so I can look at it and see if there's anything burnt or anything, which I've never had an issue with it like that, but it's just preference. I just always like the clearer one. So I'll do this and come back so you guys don't have an annoying noise for a while. All right, all soldered up and heat shrunk. Heat shrunk, because I wish I probably should have put down a little bit longer, farther. This right here kind of pulled it in. Not too bad. I wish I had one size down of the heat shrink, but it's fine. It's also pretty thick stuff, but let me tell you, it's protected. As long as everything is covered metal-wise, you're good to go. So now I'm going to get the battery plugged in. I'll get the Wi-Fi linker and grab my computer, and we'll go through the settings on here because we need to change throttle type. So right now it's set for like a drone, pretty much. They come stock as drone because it's originally drone software. So it's only going to be throttle only, and with no reverse. So I'll get that set up and I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. I don't have any screen share software or anything, and I think Windows does stock, but I don't really know how to do it too well. So this is going to be what we're going to have. You're going to open up your laptop, or you can use your phone too, as long as it has Wi-Fi. There's a couple things you do want to do ahead of time. Go to, where is it here? BKTT, BK Tiny Truck. I usually open up this, and it can give you a lot of the settings that each option has, so you have it ready to go. I also open up the tips and tricks from the actual Neoxic Escape32 official wiki, because this is the tuning for rock crawler setup. This is what you initially do, and this will get you by. And I literally just change these settings, and that's it, and I don't even touch it, and it's usually fine. Not that these give you the numbers you need, but these are the options to check and change, and then it'll get you going, no problem. Also, the Dinky website has a good breakdown too on a lot of info. And also Escape32 from Neoxic, all the settings are listed too. So any of these pages that you need, get these open now, because once you connect to it via Wi-Fi, the linker, you can't do the internet at all, because it thinks that this is the internet and there's no internet. So also, if you want to add a song to it, because you can add that song on startup, Big Kid Tiny Truck has a link to this page that has a ton of songs. It's like the old school, maybe dating myself, but phones when they had the D, 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 like you can play music that way. So it's not actually words and music, it's just tones, and the motor is what makes the tone. So have all these up, because then you can copy and paste these as you go. So anyways, we will start on here. I'm gonna take the Escape32, plug it into a battery, plug it into your Wi-Fi linker. The white line lines up with the S. It's going to say S on signal. Once that's plugged in, you're going to get a blue light, and I believe it ends up going, a red light, then ends up going blue when you connect to it. Go down to your Wi-Fi. You're going to see Escape32 pop up. Wi-Fi link, hit connect, and then it's going to automatically bring up the page for this, and now the blue is blinking, saying it's connected to Wi-Fi. Let me try to zoom in here. The first thing you want to do, right off the bat, it's stock. Well, stock when they're not wired up like mine is, it's not a wired, it didn't come all set up with him. He usually puts a tune in there originally, and he'll do the main settings. You have to go down to throttle mode right here and change it to forward reverse. Go to stock forward, just because that's it's, like I said, it's for drones originally. Then I instantly do that, and I hit save just to be done with it. And then the next thing you want to do, like I said, I go to tips and tricks. Reset settings to default. Like, this is if you're going to reset right from, if you already had something going, you want to start over again. Reset the default. We already had default. The problem is, I just realized we're going to update first. I already went to the GitHub for Escape32 and download the latest release, which is 14.5. Yeah, 14.5. Because once we do any setting changes and then we go to do the update, it'll delete all of our update. So I already downloaded it. Go over to firmware, choose file. Oh, first you need to, sorry, right here it says firmware version 14 Escape32. You need to make sure you get the Escape32 version. When you look through here, you're going to see all these escapes. Escape 2 is the one we want. So just check there, Escape 2. So choose file. I downloaded all four just because I wasn't sure at the time, but I couldn't remember before doing this. Hit open, update. It's going to update, green line. If you had a motor connected, you could hear it reset actually. So I'm going to actually plug this into the motor. I don't know if you heard that, but it just reset. So now if we check the firmware again, F5, still showing 14. Oh, do I have to unplug it and replug it? I don't remember. Oh, no, okay, it is revision 14.5. It just must have been saying on here that it's version 14, but the revision is 14.5. Also, while we're here, I think this battery's dying. Hold on. I think the battery is dying because now it's fine. So like I said, after updating, it deleted our forward reverse. So I changed that. Save. First thing I want to do, usually, just so I know I'm good to go. I'm going to go grab a song. Let's see here. I usually like to get something short, because if you do something long, when you plug it in, you have to wait for that whole song to end, I mean, before it will, before you can use it. I'll do Ghostbusters just because it's kind of short. Let's see how it sounds. Copy. Go over to the page. Go to music. Paste. Play. No idea if you guys heard that or not, but I'll turn the volume up a little. You don't want to go over like 50% usually. Yeah, 50, but I'll turn it up just so you can hear it. So I'll turn that back down to like 50. 50 is fine. Hit save. Now it's saved in there. You don't have to worry about it. If you go back to settings, you'll also see a bunch of stuff here. That's the music, but it's the tab's easier. One thing you want to do is reverse motor direction, but that's only when you plug in your actual controller. Because right now, no matter what we do, when we go to try to test it, it's only going to go what it wants. It doesn't care if you hit reverse direction or not. And the other thing you want to do is active drag brake. Click that on right here. I'm sorry that this is not really in focus for you guys, but you should be able to get the idea of it. Drag brake right here above active drag brake. I usually just put that to 100%. No real reason not to, I figure. Let's see. Let's go to the tips and tricks. Like I said, enable bidirectional throttle. That's the forward reverse. Make sure your motor runs well in trap mode. So you want to... Trap mode is just normal mode without the extra sine mode to go really slow. Just like normal trigger, like a slash or like something that's not a crawler. You really need the slow creep. So this is just regular trap mode. So to start testing with the Escape32 page, you see my mouse right here. You grab this blue line, go all the way over, all the way back. You'll hear beep beep. And then now we can scroll this over, and you can see the tire moving. I'm good to go. So we know it works normally. We know the motor's working. We know the Escape32 is working. So what we want to do next, make sure the motor runs well in trap mode. You may need to adjust motor PWM frequency and or other settings in some corner cases. I don't know what that means, but I have never had to change anything. It's usually just worked, but some of the frequencies, all this stuff you might have to change down here. I haven't had to, so I'm not. If you need to, enable sine startup mode via sine range. So sine range is right here. This is how much of your throttle you want to be in sine, that really slow creep mode. I usually put it at 25 to begin with. That's a quarter of your throttle. And this will be in sine. Like right there, and then right there, and then the rest is going to be trap mode. So that gives you the most available. Sine range, then set desired power level using sine power. Use caution, this is high. If you go too high, it gets too hot. So 8 is what it starts at, and I've almost always been able to keep it at 8 and not have any issue. Sometimes I've had to bump it up to like 10, I think it is, but that's really it. Increase the stall protection, approach stall. So this right here, approach stall right here, this is what gives it a little boost when you're going from sine to trap mode, and it makes it so it's smoother and it just evens out. So instead of going and it jumps up into the trap mode, it'll give it a little boost there. I think 28 is the highest you want to go. Yeah, 22 to 28 is normal. You can go higher. I usually start at 22, and I usually end up around 22, 26-ish. So I got that, road stall. Power, see, like that gives a sufficient power boost for smooth transition between sign startup and trap mode. You also might need to bump duty min a notch to further smooth out transition in some cases. Duty min is just how the minimum power that it'll give it. I don't think I've ever had to change that on any of them. I'm sure if you had big tires or a heavy truck, you might have to change something, but I've never had to. Also, you want to protection voltage. I think I usually do 33, like for 3.3 volts per cell. Protect cell, you don't want, I just have it at 0 because it auto detects if it's a 1, 2, 3S LiPo, 4S LiPo, whatever. Current I don't change. And temp I usually do 85, because it's 85 Celsius, if I remember correctly. And this even says, you know, this one says 80, but yeah, that's okay. 80, 85. Yeah, so then BEC, I usually jump up to 6.5 on this one. Pretty sure this one's a 6.5. If not, we're going to see some smoke. Well, we won't see smoke, but you know. The new cupcakes have an LED on it, so you can change the LED color that's on here. This one doesn't have any LED, but the new ones have a little LED on it. You can change blue, red, green, this blue, red, green, and violet, I think. And then you can mix those colors to make other colors. Save. And now it saved all the settings we just did. And now with this, you can grab it and slowly. Yeah, it barely wants to move. It's just creeping. Yeah, so this one actually might need a little bit more sign power. Probably because it's the 6x6. I haven't done one with this yet. Sign power. I'll jump that to 10. Let's try that. That's the jump right there. I might need to go a little higher on that. I don't know how high you can go. Sign power, use caution, it's high value. Yeah, high values are overheating, so 10 is already getting up there. I'll try 12 just to try it. Maybe we'll have to do that duty min. All right, there's the transition. No big jump, so that's good. The other thing I might try too is I'll just mosquito. Try jumping this up a little. The protection stall up a little bit. It might just be a noisy motor because it's an outrunner and the gears are exposed. Because it seems fine, like it's running, like that's barely creeping. You can. Oh, you know what it is too? Now that I have pressure on it, it's not so noisy. Look how slow that tire's moving. Oh, look at that. Like no jump. You can also move it with your keys, I think. Maybe not. I thought you could. Oh, you can. It just goes really slow. And that was the transition. Oh, it's way easier on the keys to see how slow it is. Or to see how good your transition is. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good right there. Turn that down. Usually you would do this not all separated and you would have 6 tires on it because as you saw that was way quieter when I actually had some pressure on it, because right now there's nothing, it's not working against something. And I remember people talking about that, but I've just never done it this way. Usually I have a whole truck together. This has the Escape32 in it. Rockman has Escape32 in it. Both cupcakes like this. I have 3 other 1/10 with Escape32. It's far superior than AM32. AM32 only has like 6 options to change and that's it in the whole thing. And you only can change 2 or 3 to get to kind of smooth it out like this. Way easier to smooth it out. I think that's the end of this tutorial, how to. I know I'm not wicked thorough with it because I don't know a lot of the extra stuff. The volume is for that. Beacon is for the startup noise for like the beeps, like the cells, like 2 beeps for 2S, 3 beeps for 3S. Maximum throttle power, if you want to turn down your throttle, that's at 100. I'm not going to change that. I've never changed that. Minimum throttle power is 1, which again, you can turn that up if you're having power issues, but I've never really had to. This is frequency for the motors and stuff. I've never had to change those. I might end up changing this to 10 because once I put pressure on it, the wheel, it seemed to be better. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of it is. Yep, that's it. All right, 10's good. I'm keeping it at 10. Let's see here. Timing. I've never changed the timing. I know you can get a little more power out of it sometimes, but I've never had to. More timing. You can go up to 31. It looks like. I have not done that. I've been fine with 16. And also, the higher those numbers, the more it overheats. Again, sine power. The higher the number, the more it overheats. Duty min, same thing, I believe. And it's only when it's sitting usually, but still, it'll be there. Minimum spin up power. I don't remember exactly what that is. Minimum duty cycle during spin up. Higher values give more power to the motor until the first synced revolution. Higher value gives more power to the motor until the synced revolution, yet may increase the risk of overheating and frying things should the motor get jammed during a full throttle punch. Do not exceed the default value unless you know what you're... Yeah, so don't even touch it unless you know what you're doing. I've never had to change it. And I know you can change it, but I've never needed to. Duty ramp. Duty ramp is how fast, like acceleration-wise, you want it to ramp up. Again, I've never changed it. I've been fine with it. Duty rate, slew rate, the value is controlled. So actually, just so you know, this is also, I believe, the Wi-Fi linker should be updated, and I just don't want to because I don't need to. It's fine how it is. I was working with Neoxic a little bit on the page to add in a, it's like a coast. Kind of like when you let go, it doesn't automatically hit drag brake. It slows it down a little bit. It like waits to hit drag brake and lock until it sees no RPMs. It sees no turning. And there's an option to change like 3 different ways or 2 different ways of that. But I believe this update, it just does it automatically. I'll see if I want to or not. I did it on one of my other Wi-Fi linkers. Couldn't tell you where I put that one though. So I have to check. No, I didn't actually. That was with the test software that he had. So I still don't know. But it's fine how it is until I need to. Maybe I'll do a Wi-Fi linker update later. I think someone's already done a few of those, and I'm sure people have done this too, but I didn't really find anything that was just going over the basics. I'm just kind of going over them a little bit now just so you know that I know they're there. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. That's what I do. Poles 14. I just realized I need to change that to a 12 because this is a 12 pole motor. That might even change something. No, it didn't really change anything. I think it changes the rate on some stuff, like how fast it goes and whatnot. I can't believe how silent that is. Most of them are, but I've never had an icing. That's going to be it for this one. Hopefully it'll help you out and get you going. Any questions, throw them down below. I'll have links to all of the pages that I showed down below too. There's a new cupcake out. I don't know if he sells these ones anymore, but it's just updated. So I think it's a little bit slimmer. I think the BEC is like built into the board or something, so it's even smaller than this one from what I hear. And it has that LED on it. It's kind of nice. You can make it glow somewhere, glow on the motor, maybe where, depending where you put it, maybe glow in the interior. I have one of them. I had it under like the hood of the buggy that I had when I had it originally. I had it in the front, and it kind of made the buggy hood under glow kind of thing. I'm gonna wrap this video up so then I can wrap the video up about this truck. And have a good day.